Well, thank you for joining me. I'm going to look at two lines here. Previous questions I've looked at A, B, C, D, E, and F, but this one I'd like to look at the line G, the line H, and I think that's all of them. So let's have a look at line G first. Now, when we want an equation of a line, we need the gradient and we need a point. So let's have a look at the gradient of line G. We need 2 points on the line, and so we can see there's a point up here, there's a point on the origin. That's convenient. Right, so let's have a look at that gradient, and I'm going to use a red highlight here. Let's just make a triangle. So we've got, from the left point, it goes across 8 and down 16. So let's put our delta. Let's put our delta x as 8, and let's put our delta y as negative 16, because it's going down 16 and across 8. Actually, we could have gone down 16 here, and then from that point across 8 as well. Doesn't matter. Delta y, delta x, negative 16 over 8. It has a gradient of negative 2. So this line here has a gradient, of negative 2. Now let's look at the point, and I'm going to choose the point where it crosses the y-axis. We can see that C is equal to 0, and we say C because that's the y-intercept. Now we can use the equation y equals mx plus c. And the gradient we're going to use is negative 2, and the c value is going to be 0. So let's substitute that in. Y equals negative 2x plus 0. And there is the equation for G. So what we'll do is use a very fine line, and just along that line we'll say y equals negative 2x, just to write that there. Let's look at H now. So line H, we need a gradient and a point. And the gradient, let's use a yellow highlight. We need 2 points on that line. So we've got a point up here. That's great. It's on the y-axis. We come down and we could use any point. Let's use the point on the x-axis. That's fine as well. So we've got, it crosses the x-axis at 5. It crosses the y-axis at 20. Now let's get the gradient. And gradient, I'll use a blue highlighter here. So we're going to go from this point. We're going to go down. It's yellow. No, that's fine. We'll go down 20 and across 5. So let's write that down as our delta y of that line is down 20, and our delta x is across 5. So delta y over delta x, rise over run. It dropped down 20, it goes across 5, so it's got a gradient of negative 4. So this has a gradient of negative 4. And we're going to use the point 0, 20, because that will say C equals 20, because that's where it crosses the y-axis. It's the y-intercept. We can substitute that into y equals mx plus c. M, we will use the value, the gradient is negative 4. C will use 20. So we can write y equals negative 4x plus 20. And so we could write in very small letters y equals negative 4x plus 20. And we can write that along that line. And that's all we have for this session. Until next time, stay happy.